guys played really tough, and I know it's a big win for them, and it was a good environment, and congratulations to those guys. We were disappointed with our performance tonight. A lot of things that got to work. Hit me with a question.
Mark, this was another game where you guys fell behind in the first half, trailed by 13 at halftime. I know if you figured out why this was happening, you'd stop it, but it's happened in 5 of the 7 high major games so far this season. With why falling behind in the first half against
that second 10-minute stretch has been really problematic for us. The first 10 minutes are okay in there. The guys are starting out well, and then it's that second 10 minutes. And maybe it's a little rotational stuff. Maybe we're being a little oversensitive to foul stuff. Maybe it's where the issues in the game are really starting to seep in. But yeah, it's something we're super conscious of. We had some much better success in that segment last game, but man, we just couldn't reproduce it tonight.
Mark, I think they've had 13 offensive rebounds, a couple games in a row where offensive glass has kind of crept up again. What's the key to kind of getting them back on track?
Yeah, they had 15 today, and it's back-to-back games where we gave up 15 offensive rebounds, and that's a bell we got to ring. It's unacceptable for us, and it's a sign of it's not a sign of it's a sign of distraction. Somehow, there was there were so many uncharacteristic plays on the court tonight, and those are for us as a deciding team, as a decision-making team. Those are manifestations of some distraction, and us rooting that out and getting better at focusing on the moment, on the moment and exactly what's happening is a space where part of it is building habits, and so we're working on that really hard. Sometimes when you start on a project, you take 10 steps backwards before you make progress, and it feels like that's what we've done. It's almost like the more we talk about, the more we drill it, the more of a challenge it is, and that's a nuanced conversation among the staff that we have to kind of figure out. But clearly, that's a major issue for us. Is this glass, especially in a game that's as slow paced as this is, and holding the ball and as much out of rotation this week, where we just our ball screen defense at the point of attack was so much better. It really kept us out of rotation. And then we had so many possessions where we had guys taking really tough shots that we either fouled them unnecessarily or we didn't come up with a rebound. And it wasn't a rotation issue. So that's going to be that's probably one of the things where we have to figure out how we can in that moment where we can be insanely hyper-focused.
I know Jackson stayed after the game the other night to get up some more shots. I know he's working really hard. You think it's mental right now of he's not being able to get his game going?
It just is the ebb and flow of the game. That's all it is. Jackson's been doing this for a long time. He's a shot maker. The most important thing for Jackson, for all the guys, is that we don't actually carry that baggage around. We're a free shooting team, meaning that we don't carry the outcome of makes and misses with us. We're staying so hyper focused on the parts of the game that are more controllable, and that's an issue for all of our guys right now. Is us. On the road, we played 2 true road games, and both of them have been spaces where we're a little distractible, and so that's a mountain we got to climb, and there's no reason to hide from it. We get another chance on Saturday in a massive game, really challenging game, and so it's this game and this league is going to keep throwing challenges, so we got to go answer them.
How frustrating was the large disparity in free throw opportunities?
Listen, that doesn't have anything to do with this game, man. We leave all that stuff. We're working on the next play. We're going to go control the stuff we can control, and we can control enough factors in this game to win the game. That will always be true, and so we refuse to be distracted by that.
Mark, do you think maybe the one drawback of those rallies against Duke and Gonzaga is that maybe guys are overconfident, that just doesn't matter what the halftime score is, you're going to come back, and that maybe they're just not coming out with what they need to the first half because of it?
No, because we're starting the game well. So the start of the games, well, it's like I said, it's kind of that's an 8 to 4 minute segment. I'm sorry, like the 12 to 4 minute segment that's been a little bit problematic for us, and so we're doing some deep dives into tandems that work on the floor, but there's something in there that's just been troublesome for us. I don't know if it's scheme, flow, lineup. We're still digging into that, and we'll find. And like I said, I thought we made great progress. Last game, and it was hard for us to start. But that certainly has been something we've seen.
What's the biggest thing Georgia was able to do on the defensive end to kind of disrupt things?
Well, we got a little weird. The cadence of the game got pretty slow. I think I was probably what I was feeling the most was is it we kind of lost us a little bit in transition on the occasion. It's so hard to actually get a defensive rebound where it wasn't a foul, it was actually a rebound. And on the times we did, which we had several possessions, from that kind of 10-minute to 4-minute stretch in the second half where we stopped, like we became Georgia, and that's not actually us. Like we're going to play, and so it's all the whole game's connected together. And like I said, there was a lot in the game to get us distracted, and we just couldn't stay focused.
Mark, you spoke about just the sense of the SEC and needing to kind of play one game, get the door and focus on the next one. Just in terms of the first go around with this, flowing from that major Florida win on Saturday to tonight, any indication of, I guess, how the team kind of responded in terms of being in the right mental headspace, and how do you just felt that little transition happened from leaving one major win to focusing on another tough opponent?
I don't know. I'm not sure how much to read into it. The cadence of the game was so different. The flow of the game, the challenge of the game was so different. Some of the outcomes were the same, which is certainly disappointing. But that's going to be. I don't know if we're going to have an actual answer to that. It's just going to be something that we're going to have to continue to focus on the entire season long. And so we'll keep working on it.
Mark, just wanted to ask, coming back into this building, was there any sentimental feelings or nostalgia for you and Coach Fox?
Well, I know for Coach was. I mean, Coach is one of the best to ever do it here at Georgia. He had an unbelievable run, an unbelievable tenure, and he's so beloved here. And I think all of us are carrying a little heavy. We couldn't deliver this for him.
Thanks, everyone.